Hi everyone, this is a general reading. So just take a moment and get your question in your head or a topic that you'd like some guidance about. And as you do that, just take a few minutes to look at all the different clear quartz crystals. This is from my personal collection and I love each of these guys uniquely. Okay, so this is crystal number 1, crystal number 2, crystal number 3, crystal number 4, and crystal number 5. So just take a moment, tune into the energy of the different crystals, see which one resonates for you based on what you're drawn to with the question or topic in your mind. And once you've decided, you can go to the timestamp below, and I'm going to do a full reading for each crystal. So just look below and go to the timestamp for the crystal that you've chosen. Hi, crystal number 1. Let's take a look at your first card. Okay, wow, this is beautiful. Angel of Miracles. Open your heart and expect a miracle. Well, that's already some pretty clear guidance about whatever your question or topic is. Again, this is a general reading, so it'll be unique to you based on your question or situation. But it does look like miracles are available to you regarding that situation right now. So let's take a little more of a look. I'm gonna use some tarot here. I know you guys like to see the shuffle, so I do my best to show it to you. It can be a little tough on this tiny shelf. Okay, just give a couple more shuffles. I just sort of hear a number in my head when I'm tuned in, and that's the number of times I shuffle. For those of you that have asked, how do I decide how many times to shuffle? Okay, let's just pull a few tarot cards just to get an idea of what's going on with your situation. Just put these here. And let's take a look. Okay. So King of Air. Now, this is a person that you're asking about. We're talking about someone that is a professional, that is brilliant in their own way, and that can be very diplomatic, which means, really see both sides of the situation from a neutral position and be able to negotiate or navigate that way. If it's about a situation, the guidance would be speak your mind with confidence, seek out professional advice, balance mental and emotional considerations. Now, I know this is a huge one for a lot of us right now, just with everything going on in our world. So it's encouraging you to just be objective in the situation, really take a minute and try to consider both sides of the situation. So you're wanting to balance the things going on in your mind, your logical brain versus the emotions that are rising up, either known or unknown. You may be feeling some triggers right now about things that you didn't even realize were on the back of your mind, and miracles are possible when it comes to that. So let's just see what's next. Four of Earth. Okay, being too frivolous or too cautious. Yeah, good business decisions, giving to those less fortunate. So just take a quick look at this card and feel if you're drawn to, this bigger angel here or this smaller angel here. And fairies are just earth angels. So now based on what you're drawn to, that will let you know if it's that you're leaning on the side of being too frivolous, like too thrifty, or too loose with your money, not making smart decisions in a conservative way, or are you being overly cautious as it pertains to things that are earthly? So it doesn't have to necessarily be money per se, but things that are of the world. So are you maybe overindulging, or are you being too strict with yourself? And this goes back to really using using that neutral part of you to decipher, okay, what are the best decisions for me and my, my body, my space, and just finding that balance of not being too far, into the mind or too far into the emotions, too far into overindulging, too far into being really strict with yourself. And for me, fours usually indicate that angels are with us, which brings us back to this, acknowledgement that the angel of miracles is available to you right now. So let's see what else we've got. 9 of air. Okay, expecting the worst of a situation, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights. So the suit of air often has to do with things that are of our intellect, our intellectual body, or that are of the mind, versus, the earth suit is things that are more of this world. So if you notice, there's only one unicorn here that is fretting and stressing, and really just thinking of every possible scenario and expecting the worst in a situation, which, as you know, self-fulfilling prophecy is when we continuously say something and our energy pushes towards something to the point where we can actually manifest that situation in the world. Excuse me. So yeah, okay. So as we look at this all together, we can see that, we're really needing to find some balance right now. And we do have miracles available to us as I look at this. So if you're trying to get into a new routine to, I don't know, work on your physical fitness, whatever that means for you, or even just your stamina, being able to walk, 30 minutes versus 10 minutes, this situation is asking you to find balance. Try to be careful of slipping into that negative self-fulfilling prophecy of, oh, I can't do it, I'm never going to make it, it's never going to be good enough, because at this time, miracles are available to you. So, even if it's 30 seconds more a day that you're walking in our example, if you just can stick with it, stay on that balanced track of, giving yourself credit for what you're doing, but keeping to try, and really allow that angel of miracles to come in and help you get past that barrier point, whatever that is for you in your situation. Now, many of you may know this already, but we do have access to our angels, whether they're archangels or specific angels, or even our personal angels, but we do have to give them permission to work in our space. So if you would like to claim a miracle right now for yourself, you've got to give that angel permission to help you with this goal, to help you work out that miracle in the physical world. And also, just to help you keep balance your mental considerations with your emotional considerations. A lot of tasks or hurdles that we're trying to overcome right now can be deep triggers. A lot of us have some extra time, or the world just seems a little quieter from our perspective, and it's giving us extra time to sort out those things. And maybe you're trying to tackle something really big in your space right now. Maybe you're, really looking at an area of excess, or an area where you're depriving yourself, or where you feel deprived. Just be cautious about the way you use your self-talk, because we want to stay wary of those self-fulfilling prophecies. So, phrase it more like, even though I'm currently experiencing XYZ, I know miracles are possible for me, and I now choose to experience ABC instead. Just wording it in a more positive way towards what we want to create in the world. I'm just going to pull a couple more cards just for a little deeper clarification or information, see what's available for you for information right now. Okay. I just love these butterflies. Adventure. So it's interesting because this little beauty is so far up above the world, but she's still a part of the world and still wanting adventure. So she's feeling very separate right now. This is just a woman, but this applies for any men out there as well. So just because you're taking some time by yourself doesn't mean you have to completely give up that ability and thirst for adventure. That's still out there for you as well. It just might look a little different right now. So how can you still work with that adventurous side of you? And maybe this undertaking, whatever it is that you're trying to find balance on, it's an adventure for you. It's something that you're either taking on for the first time, or the first time from this perspective or in this way. And it's a huge time for shift for you. Really a good time for change. Assurance. Okay, this is a beautiful card. So for me, this is telling me that this information is just the assurance that you needed, that yes, you're not alone. Yes, miracles are available for you right now. Yes, you can do this. You can make this shift in your space that you've chosen to make. Because it's really, all based on free will choice. No one can force you to make a change that you're not ready, willing, able to make. Only you can do that. And it starts with the mind, it starts with the emotions, it starts with finding that balance. And the self-talk is hugely important here. So as I talk about self-talk, it makes me want to pull an affirmation card for you, just so we can have some positive self-talk to focus on and build from. It doesn't mean you have to use this affirmation all the time, just means it might be a good help during this time for you. We just give a couple more shuffles here, and just one more. It's a really uneven pile. All right, let's see here. And we've got, I am the loving energy of the universe. This is really a time for you for finding balance and oneness right now. For those of you that meditate, you probably already know how to get into this space. For those of you that don't, I have several guided meditations available to you to just tune into that energy of the universe. Really call forward this angel of miracles, the angel that's available to help you with this situation right now. And just find that balance, that balanced energy that is everlasting and universal. Stay out of that negative self-talk as much as possible, and just know that you are fully supported right now. This is very grounded into reality for me, whatever this situation is that you're working on or working through, very grounded in the space of reality. And just check the balance of it. If you've noted, there's a lot of, this is very balanced here for me, this is very balanced, this is very balanced, or, highlighting imbalance. So just really take some time to do that little bit of meditation, to tune into that energy of the universe, because you are everlasting and loving at the very core. And feel into, are you in a place of excess, too much, doing too much, consuming too much, demanding too much, expecting too much? Or are you in that place of, not enough, not nurturing yourself enough, not giving yourself enough credit, really just being too hard on yourself or others, and see where you are in relation to that goal. And then how can you turn around the wording that you're giving yourself to a positive way, so that we don't have negative self-fulfilling prophecy and call more of that we don't want towards ourselves. We want to be calling forth what we do want, not what we don't want. So whatever this contrast is, I'm sure you learned something for going through it, and now maybe you're ready to move on and move past it. Call forward this angel of miracles into your space. Give permission to help you work through this obstacle or goal or whatever it is. And really just know that you're fully supported through all of this. I think this is a beautiful assurance, if you will, for you. I know it's something you're already working on. It's something you already have some positive forward motion towards, or even positive forward thought towards. This is just the assurance for you that you are fully supported and that miracles are available to you at this time. Thank you, crystal number 1. That was your reading for today. Hi, crystal number 2. Let's take a look at your first card and then continue along. Archangel Gabriel. Wow. I was working with Gabriel strongly this morning. Gabriel is the archangel that brings forth messages. For those of you who are more from a Christian tradition, you will recognize Gabriel as the angel of Annunciation. But for those of you who don't identify that way, Archangel Gabriel is still available to work with you. Gabriel helps with communication in all forms. So whether it's, this says creativity and hope, which is also beautiful, and I'm sure part of our message, but whether it's communication with the self, communication with others, creating in the world, because art is also a form of communication, and several things, as you know, are considered art. Dance, movement, anything we create really is our way of communicating something about ourselves to the world. So it feels for me like she's just here to support you through either a communication that you're trying to work on or something creative. So let's just pull some tarot and see what else we can learn about this. This is the Angel Tarot from Radley Valentine. Really love him a lot. Okay, just a couple more shuffles here. We will see what we can know about your question. Just gonna pull right off the top. There we go. Let's take a little deeper look into your situation here. Oh, so interesting. You know, Crystal 1 got this in a different position, but 4 of Earth. So too frivolous or too cautious with money or things to do with earthly concerns. Good business decisions and, oh, giving to those less fortunate. Okay. So it's so interesting. I had said this before, but 4s for me just are a reminder that our angels are with us, which clearly Gabriel is trying to let you know that, you know, she is strongly with you. Just quickly, angels for me are neither male nor female, but we can identify them as either, whatever works. Gender is more human rather than angelic. Okay, so angels are supporting you. So Gabriel wants you to know strongly that she's with you, and really just helping you to communicate with yourself, it feels like, but also maybe with those around you. This feels to me like someone in your space may be kind of too much on one side of the spectrum with either being too frivolous or too indulgent, or on the other side, too tight, too overly concerned, too stressed. So let's just see what else we can know about this. Okay, 3 of Fire, abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time. Make long-term plans. Okay. So I love this 3 of Fire. Fire has to do with things that we're passionate about. And this is an unseen friend often, or a close companion. So I love that. That could also, you know, if you don't identify with angels and you identify more with dragons, this could be a nod for you, just letting you know, hey, these big wings are sitting next to you, whether you realize it or not. Okay, so 3 has to do with things being created into the world for me. So whatever it is that you've been trying to work on, you know, this creative project, this project to communicate your vision to the world, just really check in with yourself, or maybe even with Archangel Gabriel if you're interested in doing that in a meditation, and see, am I being too cautious? Am I, you know, taking enough risks, or am I just taking too many risks and I could tone it down and focus a little bit? But there are good things ahead, and there is a sign that abundance will be coming forward. So of course we don't want to be careless and, you know, just go out and spend every last penny we have because we're hoping good fortune will come. But if we're being good stewards of our money and we're really working through this challenge with Archangel Gabriel, it does look like it comes out the other side okay. So let's see what our final card here is. 9 of Fire. Don't give up. Protect that which you've built. Have courage and believe in yourself. Protect that which you've created. Sorry, I say built sometimes. Okay. Okay, sorry about that little pause. A little tech glitch right there. So 9 of Fire. Again, this is something we're passionate about, something that's just about to turn the corner. 9s with numerology are just at the end of a cycle. So it means you're almost complete with it. You've almost finished this project. And it's interesting that it says, protect that which you've created. So don't let go of this vision. But, you know, as we talked about Archangel Gabriel, one of the things she works with is creativity, is manifesting into the world. And it does seem like that will ultimately be successful. But for me, as I feel into this as a whole, I know that you have this deep concern about, you know, what's going to happen? How do I hang on to this? Do I let go of this? What does this look like on the other side of everything that's going on in our world? And it seems like if you're in tune and reaching out for guidance and then can follow that still small voice within, that little voice of intuition, that you do make smart business decisions at this time, even if that means that you're helping others while you're doing it, giving away. Sometimes it's, in our human mind, it's hard to see how giving could then create abundance, but it does. Maybe there's a product or service that you could give a small amount as a charity or to those less fortunate, and then have other products that of course are for pay. But for example, I have some friends that are doing yoga sessions on donation basis, so just a different way to still work, if it's a business challenge, still work through that and then come to the abundance that is supposed to be yours. But just don't give up is the indicator here. So let's pull a couple more cards and see what else we can know about this. If there's any further clarification we need here. Okay, just a couple more shuffles here. And then I'm going to pull just a couple more cards for clarification. See what else we can know. All right. Amplify your positive emotions. Wow. So we saw a different version of this before. Amplify your positive emotions. So if you are working on this creative process or this business or whatever it is you're trying to bring into the world or communicate, now's the time to really boost your positive emotions. Some of you may know that with law of attraction, it's not just the words we put into the world, but it's the emotion behind them. So really just lean into how you want this to feel and how you want to feel, how you want your day to feel. Hang on to any positive emotions that do come up in your day. If something, however small, happens that makes you smile, really stay in that moment and hang on to that feeling of happiness or peace or whatever's generated, and let that take over for any stress or worry or concern that is too much. Okay, let's see what else. Assurance. This is crazy. This card was in the same position in the last reading. So I feel like the angels really are stepping forward so much today to give assurance that it is going to turn out okay on the other side for whatever this concern is for you, Crystal, too. They're just stepping forward to assure you that things are going to turn out okay. Just stay balanced, stay, not in excess, but not in lack. Just find that middle ground for you. Really look towards your unseen helpers, if you will, whether that's guides for you or angels or dragons, even for some of you is fine. Things do turn out very well. Just you need some patience. You're doing the groundwork right now, the creation work at the lower end of it, really working on the foundation is what I want to say. And if you can continue to do that and continue to tune in for that guidance, then you can make long-term plans. Don't give up on that dream or that, creative force that's helping you produce into the world. Protect what you've already created and then have courage and believe in yourself. This is just an assurance for you. I feel that, you are on the right path. And if you can stay on the positive side of things and really lean into those positive emotions, we all have a mix of emotions right now, positive and negative, scared and happy, just varying emotions. But if you can try to stay more in those positive emotions, and, you can lean into Archangel Gabriel and ask for help, even with the way you communicate with yourself. It doesn't have to be an outward communication. It's, am I staying in positive thought and positive mind and positive emotion for myself? I'm just going to pull an affirmation card that you can work with on this topic to help yourself amplify those positive emotions. So let's see, one more good shuffle here. There we go. I'm going to pull right off the top and we'll just see what we got. When I lean toward love, I am led. Yeah. So let's lean toward that love. Let's lean toward Archangel Gabriel. Let's lean toward that divine guidance that's available to us at all times, anytime. Let's lean towards those positive emotions and, lean toward that love, that everlasting love, that constant love that's available to us from deep within. Just lean into that, and then that's how you can be led through this journey to the other side, to give your creative process, your creation to the world, and allow Archangel Gabriel to help you every step of the way. I mentioned this in the last reading as well, but for those of you who are not as familiar working with angels or guides, really you just need to give permission. We all have free will, so we've got to give them permission to help in our space, to help us with this creativity or this communication or this beautiful, thing that we're trying to bring into the world. So just give permission for that, lean into that love, and allow yourself to be led with the guidance that's best and most true for you. You have that guidance inside of you, just allowing it to come forward. I think that's a beautiful reading for you, Crystal, too, and some great assurance. So that's your reading for today. Hey, Crystal number 3, let's see what your primary card is for this reading. Opportunity knocks. What an exciting card. Oh, and the advice is go for it. Okay. So what I love about this card is, if you notice, this is kind of your little world, your little bubble, because we all do live in some version of our own world. But if you notice, there's guidance and support from outside of that. There are forces looking in on you. And for you, whether that's angelic forces or higher power or your guides, you do have help and support from outside of this bubble. Sometimes that can even come in humanly form for some of us. We have helpers that show up in the form of other human beings. So let's pull some tarot and just get a little more insight into your question or your situation, as it were. But opportunity knocks, that's pretty great in itself. So let's just shuffle a few times here and just maybe 2 more. If you don't know, I can be a little bit of a bull in a china shop, so bear with me as I try not to knock anything over here. Okay, so let's just set these here. And let's look in. Okay, crystal number 3. Wow, I love this card. This was my screensaver for a long time. Queen of Fire. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. This is a beautiful card, one of my absolute favorite cards. The suit of fire has to do with things that we are passionate about, and this queen, she yields and wields power. She is just this creative and passionate force, and she's really able to bring into the world whatever she wants to create. She's a powerhouse, and I just love her. And this applies, no matter how you identify with gender, just apply it to yourself. Whether I use the pronoun he or she, it's just me talking. So this just shows that, you're really having this yearning to create something, and opportunity is about to knock if it hasn't already, and the indicator is, yeah, go for it. If it feels good, go for it. Okay. Ace of Water, falling in love, resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, a new home. Ace of Water. So aces are new beginnings, which, is beautiful given that you're having this power to create and to just really use that, all that you are is what I want to say. Assert your independence and creativity, and you have this new beginning available to you. Now, whether that is, on the relationship side for you of falling in love, either newly or again, this can be a time of great passion and resurgence of a relationship. So reigniting with someone that you're currently with, or, maybe that's from your past. Spiritual growth and enhanced intuition. So the suit of water often has to do with our emotions, our intuition, things that are very deeply seated. So if you notice, this mermaid is reaching for this cup. It's the one. So let's get some more guidance and just see what we can know. Okay, let me adjust this here. 2 of Water, a relationship that continues to grow closer, forgiveness, the positive resolution of a conflict. So it looks like some of you crystal threes are asking about relationship issues. So I want to just say this as a blanket statement. Obviously, this is a general reading, so I can't know about your personal situation. If a relationship of any kind is ever abusive, verbally, physically, emotionally, you don't, would never be an indication to stay in a situation that you're unsafe or being abused in any way. That being said, if you do have a situation like that, you can find forgiveness. There may be an opportunity here for you to just really release and let go and create anew for yourself. So just want to throw that out there just so you guys realize that I would never be indicating to stay in a bad situation. However, for some of you, this is a deepening of a love. Ace counts for a 1 in tarot, and then 2 would be the next from that. So, one that emerges, this ignition, this starting up of something new or resurgence of something that exists, now coupling and, becoming, the 2 become 1. So really just this partnership. And does it have to be romantic? No, this could be a friendship. This could be a rekindling of a friendship that had either gone a little stagnant, or maybe you guys lost touch, or someone that's in your life regularly that you just are having a renewal. Maybe you can resolve some conflict or misunderstanding from the past, or maybe you can let that person into your space a little deeper, let them know who you are a little bit more. We all have this, it's called a valence in a lot of spiritual work, but we all have this part of ourselves that we portray into the world, and then this part of ourselves that we don't. And in varying degrees, based on the topic and how vulnerable you feel. But maybe this is a deepening of that. You really have the power to create anything, whether it's in a relationship or whether it's, something that you're trying to bring forward into the world, like a jewelry or lotion, whatever it may be that you're working on. There's a million possible answers. Again, these are general, so you have to tailor it a little bit to yourself. But really, what this is telling us is don't underestimate yourself. That fire is within you and opportunity knocks. So this is the time. You have a great opportunity right now to make peace with whatever this is and really allow it to roll forward in a very powerful and beautiful way. So I'm just going to pull a couple more cards and see what else we can know about your situation or your question here. But this looks like, and that's not to say that this isn't going to be some work. There's some effort involved, as there is with any relationship or communication or creation, any opportunity. There's some effort on our part. So as long as you're not afraid of that effort, it looks like there's some great potential for you right now. I'm just going to give a few more shuffles here as I continue to try not to knock anything over. I'm a little bit clumsy just by nature. Okay. This is looking really great for you so far, Crystal 3. So let's see what else we can know here. I'm just going to pull a couple of these. All right, set these guys down. Okay. Gratitude and appreciation. Wow. So for me, it feels like your next question was, okay, but how do I move forward with that? How do I do that? Gratitude and appreciation. If this is about a friend or a partner you're looking to have a resurgence with, where are you with gratitude and appreciation? Have you expressed to them your gratitude and appreciation? Are they expressing it to you? Do they know that you want them to express it to you? Maybe this is time to have some real deep conversations that could lead to a deepening of that relationship. And maybe it's yourself. For some of you that are saying, I don't have that person, maybe it's a deepening with yourself. So there's a real opportunity here. And where are you with gratitude and appreciation, even for yourself? Because it all starts with us. We can't, or we shouldn't. It's not the best and highest, greatest good for us to be looking for gratitude and appreciation outside of ourselves. It needs to come from within. So have you, for some of you, this might sound a little corny, but have you really thought about how grateful you are to your physical body just for giving you somewhere to be? How much are you appreciating yourself right now, or your situation, or your own magical powers, which I think we all have. Okay. Amplify your positive emotions. Wow. You know, this came in the last reading as well. So it feels like as a collective, we're really needing to work on staying in a positive space, a positive emotional space. And it's not that we can't look at darker emotions or deeper emotions, because for some of us, this is a powerful time to do shadow work and really look at those deeper, you know, emotions, whether they're dark or light. But at the end of your journey or your day or your digging, you know, really amplify the positive emotions. And how do we do that? Gratitude and appreciation. So for some of you, this may be a beautiful time to start a gratitude journal to really just help you realize where you are with that. Okay, that was the world's worst shuffle. Let's try again. What this is I'd like to give you an affirmation to work with so we can amplify those positive emotions and really take advantage of that Queen of Fire. That is a beautiful card. That is, for me, the powerhouse. You can do you can do anything, the ultimate sort of go for it card, which you know, that's also a go for it. So if it is you thinking about a new opportunity, you know, maybe go for it if it feels right on all levels and no red flags there. It just seems like there's some magic in the air for you right now. Opportunity knocks, and then, you know, this is a unicorn. So for me, some opportunities and some people are unicorns in our lives. I think we're all unicorns, just to throw that out there. Okay, I'm gonna give these a couple more shuffles. I don't know why this deck is being stubborn for your reading. It's a little feisty right now. And let me just one more here. All right, here we go. So let's see. I recognize that I have chosen fear and I choose again. I choose love. Okay. Well, you know, that really resonates with talking about looking at shadow work or looking at areas that are deep in emotion. We can recognize that in the past we've chosen fear. You know, we've chosen to not honor ourselves, or we've chosen to not honor someone else, or we've chosen to stay in that space of lack or fear. But we can choose again. You can choose again on an hour by hour basis, day by day. You know, that one day at a time saying resonates with this. So you can choose again and choose love. There's a huge opportunity here to have some forgiveness. Maybe it's with yourself, or maybe it's with someone outside of you, but you really are the mastermind of your life's plan here. So you can make some strides forward. Really spread your wings here, and don't live in fear. Don't choose fear. Choose love. Choose love for yourself. Choose love for others. There's a huge opportunity here to really make some progress, and just work on amplifying those positive emotions through gratitude and appreciation for yourself, for others, for, you know, even just for the earth. If you can't muster it for yourself or for someone else, spend a few minutes just mentally listing the things you are grateful for and appreciate in your world around you. And choose love, which means choose to lean into the positive emotions and away from the negative emotions. Really, there are only two basic emotions, fear and love. And if it's not loving, then it's fearful. So you can kind of analyze where you are, you know, on that fear-love spectrum, and then choose again and choose love. Choose to love yourself, and choose to allow yourself to be loved, is what I want to say. So what an amazing reading. I hope that resonates with you for your question or situation. And I look forward to seeing you again. That was your reading for today, Crystal 3. Hi, Crystal 4. Here's your beautiful crystal, and let's see what the initial guidance is. Okay, potential. I love this one. Think big for your future. So I know for a lot of us, this feels like a time of stillness right now, or maybe like things aren't moving along a timeline as quickly as we'd like. But the initial encouragement anyway is think big. I mean, really start planning forward, looking for what your next big thing is. There's a lot of potential for you at this time. It's a time that's really ripe with potential, is the phrase that's coming to me. Okay, let's just pull some tarot and get some more guidance about your question or situation. And, also a little encouragement to stay whimsical, stay in whimsy. There are some little fairies that are just on that little girl's arm. And, as children, we're a little more open to fairies and magic and things like that. But as adults, sometimes we aren't. So there's a little bit of encouragement to allow yourself to stay in a whimsical place sometimes, have fun, be more playful. So that's just a little side note for some of you. Again, this is a general reading, so it can't be specific for each person. Let me just give 2 more shuffles here. So if you're someone that lives in a whimsical place, just naturally, then good on ya. Okay, so let's just have a couple tarot and get some more insight into your question or situation, Crystal 4. Okay. Ooh, the Chariot. Archangel Metatron, important achievements, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. I love Metatron. So the purple cards in the Angel Tarot are the major arcana cards, for those of you that know a little bit about tarot. What major arcana essentially means is it's part of our life journey. It's something stronger to look at. Really, this part of the tarot starts with 0, which is the dreamer card, which is each of us. So it's thought that when we come into this incarnation, we're kind of like living in a dream, living out Earth School, if you will. So by the time you get to 7, this is strong movement. Metatron is an amazing archangel who can help with time and space. You can ask him to help you with your timeline, either if you need more time, it's almost like he can warp time, which I know sounds a little crazy, but try it. I'm telling you, it works. Yeah. So really wanting to look at the balance. There's a black horse and a white horse, which indicates balance, self-discipline, really needing to use both sides of yourself at this time to move you forward. But there's really big potential. So think big, because you really can have some huge movement right now. And maybe it's things that you're doing now that will get you recognized in the future. But it really is a time for willpower and self-discipline. I know it's a little tough. I was just thinking this morning, I'm having a hard time with self-discipline right now, but really just an acknowledgement to lean into that to access this potential. Oh my gosh, another major arcana, the Hermit, Archangel Raziel. Spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery. Okay, guys, 2 major arcana cards are amazing. Doesn't happen all the time, but it is, a stand up and pay attention situation. So right now with what's going on in the world, a lot of us are spending more time in quiet, more time in solitude, feeling a little bit like hermits. Some of us like it. Raising my hand over here, and some of us have a harder time with it, but we can use this to deepen our spiritual understanding, deepen our self-discovery, and really these angel wings are so powerful. They're both facing the same direction, and they're both having this movement. His feels slow just because he's got the cane and he's a little bit older, but Metatron's feels fast. So maybe we're feeling like things are moving really slow, but behind the scenes, there's a lot going on that can move us forward on our timeline for this big potential. So let's just keep going here and see what else we can know. Okay, so 7, 8, 9, a little bit of out of order, but fair and just decisions, do what you know is right, stand up for your beliefs, Archangel Raguel. Okay. Now, 8 is a powerful number. I mean, these are all powerful numbers in their own way, but 8 is what we think about, we bring about, really knowing what we're, it's powerful creation into the world. So fair and just decisions. It's interesting, as you're spending this time with yourself in self-discovery, in this quiet meditation, or just having more time alone with yourself and your thoughts, make some fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Have that self-discipline and willpower. And if you believe in something, stand up for it. Maybe that's part of this big move forward and public recognition. Maybe it's about you standing up for your beliefs and doing what you know is right and ultimately getting some recognition for it potentially. But clearly there's a big potential here for you to just really think big for your future is what it says. But I do think that having this self-discipline right now and doing what you know is right, that's the way to prevail. That's the way to access this big potential for your future. You've got to just spend some time in quiet right now. Be disciplined and have willpower, and be, what I tell my clients sometimes is be your own grown-up. So be that grown-up voice in your head saying, no, I've got to do what's right now. I've got to have this self-discipline if I want to move this forward on the timeline so I can have this potential for my future. Okay, let's pull a couple more clarifying cards and just see what else we can know about this situation here. All right. Just try to, I know you guys like to see the shuffle, so I'm going to try to show it to you as best I can here. As I've mentioned in other crystal sections of this reading, I'm a little bit clumsy by nature, so trying really hard not to knock anything over here. Okay, so let me just give these a couple more quick shuffle here. And for me, sometimes people ask, how do I know how many times to shuffle, or how do you know when you're doing your own readings? I just get a number that pops in my head. I have a little self-attunement that I do before I start to kind of get myself in tune with clear guidance. And then a number of times to shuffle just pops in my head. Or as I'm working with the cards, I just get a feeling, oh, they need 2 more times, or, what have you. So let's see. And as I've made a big mess, as promised, let me just try to organize that a little bit for you guys. All right, here we go. So 2 more clarifiers. Oh my gosh, this card came in the same position in the last reading. This is so interesting. Gratitude and appreciation. And I do find it curious that this is the, purple again. For those of you that work with the chakra system, purple is the crown chakra, which indicates our connection to our higher power or higher self. It's where we get that guidance and communication from either the other side, or, like I said, a higher power, divine creator, however you identify that. But it's that clear channel for guidance. So it's interesting because, you've got that available to you at this time clearly. Gratitude and appreciation. I said it last time, but it feels the same for me, where, where are you on that spectrum of gratitude and appreciation, not just for others, but for yourself? What have you been giving gratitude for lately? And have you been in a place of negativity and complaining, or have you really found some things to appreciate during this time of quiet? Okay, let's see what else. Ooh, inner truth. Very interesting. So what this tells me is that for some of you who had this crystal 4, for some of you, this time of spending time alone and quiet and meditation and deepening spiritual practice, it can move you to really become aware of some inner truths. And do you like what you see? Have you been doing what's right? Have you been honoring your true beliefs? Have you been standing up for what you believe in? What is your inner truth here? What can you shine some light on? And do you like it? Do you like the way that you've been in the past? Do you like the way you're behaving now? And how can you shift that or do more of what you do like for the future? And then really give some gratitude and appreciation for yourself, for what you have done, for what you have become aware of. Even if it's that you recognize, hey, I haven't been doing the right thing, you can make a new choice at any time and shift towards this guidance of, hey, make a fair decision, do what you know is right, have some self-discipline, some willpower, and acknowledge these inner truths. You can have gratitude for that if you can't find anything else that you feel grateful for right now. There really is a big potential for your future. And maybe for some of you, crystal number 4s, maybe it's a potential to change the way you behave in the world, the way you show up in the world. Maybe this is a time of spiritual epiphany for you, where you wake up, as some people say. Maybe it's a time where you do exercise some self-discipline and willpower and come out the other side of this a more true version of yourself, someone who does the right thing, someone who does make wise and fair and just decisions. Maybe this is about your inner journey and the potential for you to think big for your future, as in the person that you are in the world. You know, we can change that at any time. This last card I want to pull is just an affirmation card or a mantra for this time period. Let's just see. All right. This one. Okay, so let me set these aside here and upside down. Okay. I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. Wow, that's really profound. I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. For some of you, maybe it is, as I said before, really uncomfortable to spend this quiet time just with ourselves and our inner truths. You know, maybe some things are coming up that you didn't realize, or that you thought you'd already dealt with, or that you don't want to shine a light on. But through this discomfort of looking at these things, spending spiritual time with yourself, through the discomfort of, you know, having that willpower and self-discipline to do what you know is right, to make good choices, to stand up for your beliefs. I mean, sometimes we have to stand up for our beliefs, even with ourselves. If you believe that it's the healthiest thing for you to do a 30-minute walk every day, for example, but you have a lot of resistance to getting off the couch, then even inside yourself, you have to stand up for what's right. You have to have willpower and self-discipline, face that inner truth, and through that discomfort, keep going, you know, keep moving forward. Spend that time maybe, you know, with your own thoughts or in meditation as you're walking, and find deeper meaning and attain that personal growth that's available to you. There's big potential for you right now for personal growth, for really choosing who you are and who you want to be going forward, for releasing some of the characteristics or beliefs or patterns that maybe don't serve you anymore. And there's some discomfort in there. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes once we acknowledge something, we can pretty easily let it go. You know, but sometimes there's discomfort. The other thing I'm drawn to, I work with the moon a bit. Some of you may or may not. I noticed that this is a full moon. So full moon is a time for release. So you may want to just watch your calendar and see when the full moon's coming up, and just do some meditation about whatever your question or topic was, and come up with a list of things you'd like to release, and use that full moon energy to help you release those inner truths that no longer resonate with you, or bring in some new inner truths that can help you to be more of the truest and most authentic version of yourself. I mean, you know what you believe, you know what you feel is right. Maybe some of those beliefs are shifting right now. Maybe it's uncomfortable, but the end result is personal growth and big potential for your future. Find deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. You can do this crystal number 4. I'm so excited to see what's next for you on your path. And that's your reading for today. Hey, crystal number 5, let's see your initial guidance. Letting go. Learn to let go. Okay. So thinking of your personal question or personal situation that you're looking at, you know, that the initial guidance for you is letting go is okay. You know, learn to let go. Maybe this is a time where you're thinking about letting go of someone or something that's not serving you anymore. And this is just a little confirmation for you to, you know, let go of what's no longer serving you during this time, like a cleaning house, if you will. Spring cleaning, since for most of us in our hemisphere, it is getting to be springtime. Some of us are still experiencing snowstorms, and for all my friends in Australia, I know you guys are just coming into fall, you know, which fall is also a time of letting go. Trees let go of their leaves. I'm going to pull some tarot for you, just a couple more shuffles here, and we'll just get some more deeper clarification, deeper guidance on your question or topic of interest here. Oh, one more and then we'll pull. So let's see. One more little shuffle here. There we go. All right. Okay. So let's see. Okay, 9 of air, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights. So it feels to me like so far you've been working to come to completion with whatever this topic or subject is, and you've been having some sleepless nights about it, and the indicator is just let go already. You're holding so tight to something that is causing you so much discomfort, that it's almost making you consistently expect the worst and receive the worst, when the alternative is just to let go. But let's keep working and see what else we can learn about this. Okay, 4 of water, missing an opportunity, discontentment or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. So if you notice, there's a mermaid here, and she can't even see the cup of opportunity and fulfillment that is right in front of her. She's missing this opportunity. So I hate to say it, but it feels like maybe the topic or question that you're asking, maybe it's time to look at letting go or moving in a different direction or reworking it somehow. It doesn't seem like it's working for you anymore. I do want to mention that the suit of water here indicates deep emotion, deep intuition. Things were really of the heart, and the air sign has to do with weighing mental concerns or really evaluating from a mental mind space, where this is more of a heart space. So let's just keep going here. Okay, Knight of Air. Events that occur at great speed, take time to carefully review your opinions, creative solutions. Okay, so that's why I was saying that, maybe there's a way to rework this situation. Maybe you can just let go of what was and create a new. That might be a potential for you, depending on what your situation is. I said this in one of the other readings, but I do want to say it again. If this is a relationship you're asking about, and this relationship is abusive in any way, feel free to get help. Feel free to reach out to a hotline or someone that's a safe person. I would never recommend staying in a relationship that's physically, mentally, emotionally, or in any other way abusive to you. So that's a given for whatever else I might say. It just feels like things are happening very fast with this situation for you, and that it feels like nothing's moving, and then all of a sudden some things happen, and the gut reaction of like instant reaction would be to jump to a quick conclusion, but really you're being asked to take some time to know how you feel about it. Whenever these big changes occur and there's a time for you to make a decision or make an action, really take some time. So whether it's if it is a situation with a person, it could be you saying give me a couple days to really think about this. Or even if it's a situation that you feel you need to make a decision on, you can take a couple days to just sit with it and review your options, and see if you can be inspired to a creative solution, or see if the solution is ultimately letting go. There's an indicator in that second card that you're missing an opportunity. So for some of you, that feels like an opportunity to have a creative solution and move this forward in a new direction. But for some of you, it feels like by hanging on to whatever it is that you're hanging on to, you're missing an opportunity for something amazing. So we really want to evaluate your options here, because we always have more than one option. We might not like all the options, but an option nonetheless. So really take time to review those options, and sometimes by making a list of the options that we know about, we give space for options that we hadn't even considered to present themselves to us, or possibilities to pop into our head as like, oh yeah, I could do this instead. So let me just get these guys together here. Okay, so I'm gonna pull a couple more and just see what else we can know or understand. The other interesting thing is this has been very blue theme for me, and blue often represents communication in all its forms. So there's a communication for me that feels like it's not happening, and it may be you not expressing yourself completely in the situation, or it may be someone else not expressing themselves completely to you, but it does feel like something that needs to be expressed or communicated is not being. Okay, so let's just look at these cards here. Culmination of vision. Okay. You know, and this may be part of this expecting the worst. So, you know, the culmination of all of these, you know, things you've been having, or it can just be everything coming up to a head. It is interesting to me here that in both spaces we see butterflies, you know, and they're going away, away, away. So let's just see. Heighten your vitality. Yeah, heighten your vitality. So if this situation's no longer serving you, by releasing it, you may be able to heighten your own vitality, get some of your own power and strength and vibrancy back. So if it is a situation that you feel like you need to move away from, you know, maybe this is the result. Maybe you can find this golden opportunity that you're missing by hanging on to whatever this is for some of you. And for some of you, it may be you're able to rework this situation and, you know, have these creative solutions and creative options and put your vision together either with someone else's or the vision that you had previously, and really use that as a new vision. So the old vision merged with a new vision or creative solution you've come up with, blend those together, and then that new solution will heighten your vitality. So maybe something good can come out of, you know, something that's stagnant or not working right now. There may be, you know, like a left turn, an unexpected left turn that you could take that could really bring some vibrancy and some beauty and some, I don't know, strength. And there's not another word really than vitality. It's some more vitality to your situation. So let's just see what the affirmation is for you for this question. And it just feels like an opportunity and a time for you to just get really honest with yourself. You know, you're having those sleepless nights anyway, so maybe use some of that time to meditate and open yourself for some clear guidance, just to really be able to reassure yourself that you don't need to make any quick and unthought out decisions, that you really can allow yourself to have that time and space to open your eyes to all of the possibilities, all of the potentials. There may be some unseen potentials that you're not becoming fully aware of, that you can take time in either meditation or journaling is a great help with that. Reach out to me if you need some journaling exercises on that, no problem. Okay, so I'm just going to give one more shuffle here and then we'll see what the affirmation is for you, for letting go of what no longer serves you here. There's a portion of whatever this is that's no longer serving you. And whether it's something we need to completely step away from and let go of, or whether it's something we just need to rework, there's definitely something in that question or concern that you had that's just not serving you in its current state. Okay. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. Okay. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. So for me, that's speaking directly to this sense of vitality. This is such a joyful presence for me. We all have that little seed of this within us. We all have that ability to connect to that joyful presence of divine guidance or our higher power or the angelic realms or whatever that is that's a joyful presence for you that resonates with you personally. Once you're tuned in and tapped into that, you can attract all the support you need from the universe. You can attract all of the creative solutions you need, all of the possibilities that your eyes could possibly become aware of. And you can take that and make a more complete vision and work with that, whether it's towards letting go or reworking a situation. But really, you've got to tune into and connect to that joyful presence that's who you truly are, because something about this situation has made you lose a little bit of that joy, a little bit of that vitality that's normally, you know, the natural part of you. So connect to that joyful presence and open up to attract the support and the solutions that you need from the universe. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. It seems like you've got a little bit of work to do around this situation, Crystal 5, but you can do it. And it seems like if you honor yourself and honor those solutions and that vision that resonates most with you, you can boost yourself up again and you can attract the support you need from the universe. So I'll leave you with that, and that's your reading for today, Crystal number 5.